Actually, this is the last paper of the day. I requested Ommker Dutta Joy,
Yes, sir.
Shravanti Biswas, Papon Dotto, and Sudipto Nandy, a group paper on architectural syncretism and cultural hybridity, a comparative study of the Buddhist temple in Chattogram hill tracts. Please start your paper.
Yes, sir. So am I audible? Can you hear me all?
Yes, you are.
All right. Okay.
But little bit much higher your voice. Is it possible?
So should I raise my voice up? Are you listening to me well?
Okay. Now it's okay. Now it's okay.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for providing us with the opportunity to present our paper. The title of our paper is Architectural Syncretism and Cultural Hybridity, a comparative study of the Buddhist temples in Chattogram hill tracts. So we are a bunch of architects from Chittagong University of Engineering and Technology, CHUET, and we are also historical and heritage preservation enthusiasts. So if I tell you about my abstract, we are discussing the architecture of the Buddhist temples, specifically the wooden Buddhist temples of the Chattogram hill tracts. They comprise Khagrachuri, Rangamati, Bandarban, and their vicinity in the Cox's Bazar, specifically in the Ramu district. So they present a unique amalgam of Arakanese architectural influence and endogenous craftsmanship, along with the vernacular practices of Southeast Bengal. So in this paper, we will discuss this syncretism and this hybridity due to years, decades, and centuries of ethnocultural exchange, migration, and trade, and shared cultural and religious heritage. So yeah, if we say from the ascendance of the Mughal dynasty to Burmese Arakanese conquest, and finally the British paramountcy, Chattogram hill tracts and its vicinity shows an unique and diverse cultural hybridity, which is also evident in their architectural heritage. So in this paper, we will discuss about the influence of Burmese traditional architecture. We will discuss about the spatial organizations. We will document some buildings, some temples. They are called kyaung. They are formal outlook, their functions, their sections, elevations, which will be really beneficial in the academic fields of architecture, heritage study, and archaeology, as these buildings are often remained less researched and less discussed. So we will also discuss about the local adaptations and shed light to the neglected built heritage section of our country, which are very less researched. And so if we go further, we all remember that there was an event in 2012, arson and vandalism of Buddhist temples in Ramu, which is a clear violation of cultural heritage and built heritage. So since then, an era has passed, and there are basically no preservation efforts and even documentation efforts. So what we are doing, basically, we are doing an architectural documentation as architects, and we are building a CAD archive. We are building a 3D archive here. And so that we can build a pedestal here, a groundwork for here, for further multidimensional and multidisciplinary research, and that can go to any disciplines from architecture to archaeology. So if we see the historical backdrop, we can see that the Southeast Bengal was the part of ancient Mrauku kingdom, and also in the vicinity of the Arakan dynasty or the Arakanese kingdom. So they have a much cultural and also language influence over this part of Bengal, the marginal part of Bengal. So the Mrauku kingdom in the 15th century has the historical and architectural influence over the Marma and Rakhine people. The people of the Rakhine state also, the Chakmas are also included. And but the most key architectural influences are from the Koenbang dynasty, which is a Burmese dynasty, and who conquered these lands in 1785. And then came the British paramountcy in 1826 to, and then in 1948, the total region was annexed by the British imperialist forces, and then the colonial effects also came. So if we discuss about the typologies of the regional Buddhist temples, we will see there are two types of temples. One is stupa and one is kyaung, or the wooden temples. But we are not discussing here about the stupa. In this paper, we will discuss about the wooden temples of that region. So for our case study, we have done a matrix survey, field and photographic survey of 6 temples here, which are basically situated in Ramu, Cox's Bazar, and also in the Chittagong Hill Tracts, Kaptai. Unfortunately, most of the wooden temples in the Chittagong Hill Tracts are either destroyed or replaced by the modernist materials like brick or concrete. So Chitmoram Buddhist temple remains as one of the sole survivors and well-preserved temple complex of the Chittagong Hill Tracts, but the architectural influence remains the same here with the Ramu and the vicinity. So if we discuss about the chronology, firstly, we'll discuss about the existing temple studies, their historical backdrop, their plans, sections, structural details, and motifs. Then we'll discuss about the case study. We have documented their historical backdrop. We have documented and drawn their plans, their sections, structural details, motifs, and we have also done some structural conditional assessment and heritage impact assessment. And then we will compare them between these two. We'll do an comparative analysis. So if we discuss about the plans of existing temples in Burma, we will see that they are elongated to the east and west side, and different spaces are signified by lofted roofs or heightened roofs. So this is the temple in Mandalay. So we can see the main image room or the shrine room in the east side and the storeroom in the west side, where the central spaces are colonnaded, and they are the reception area or the main prayer halls, and there is an ambulatory path around them. So this typology of plans are evident in most of the plans. You can see that this is the shrine room, this is the storage, and this is the colonnaded main prayer hall. This is evident in most of the temples, wooden temples in Mandalay. This is the rural temple, where this is the semi-outdoor space, this is the storage room, this is the shrine room, and this is the reception area here. So these are evident in most of the plans. This is the traditional section, and we can see the total temple complex is lifted up to a plinth to 6 to 7 feet high to protect the total temple complex from different insects and snakes. So this is also evident in the temples of Bangladesh too. So now we will show the plans and sectional documentations we have drawn, we have documented. So this is the Uchitsan Rakhine Buddhist temple, Ramu. It was established in 1885. So we can see the spatial pattern. Here, if we go through the stair, we will get the entrance patio. This entrance patio remains semi-outdoor space, or either it can also be an enclosed space. Then there is the main prayer hall. Then there is the asana where Buddha or Buddha's statue is kept. And behind the asana, there is Bhantes or priest's room. But in the previous time, there was an accessible corridor here, so that can be an ambulatory path. And as the ancillary function, here is the storage, which is kept. So the walls of the temples, even the floor beds of the temples, are made with loha cut or wood, and these circular columns are made of Burmese teak, which is a very sustainable material, not only for Myanmar but also in the topography and region of Cox's Bazar and the Chittagong Hill Tracts. So these are the dimensional drawing or working drawings, dimensions and measurements. So if we see the section here, we can see the interplay of spaces, the relations between the interior and exterior spaces, the heights of the spaces, and how the roofs are structured. So these are some pictures here. This is the main prayer hall. This is the storage, and these are the roofing structures here. The roofs are made of corrugated iron. Here is another study. This is the Srikul Buddhist Temple 1. And we can see the same spatial pattern, entrance patio, main prayer hall, asana, and the Vantas prayer room. And we have also seen some later addition here, which is, you can say, a clear violation to the heritage structures here. Here are the dimensional drawings, you can say. And it is the section where we can understand the volume of the interior spaces, the height of the doors and windows, the height of the total interior space. And this is the external and internal pictures of the temple. So here is another temple where we can see the same space pattern. Here are the dimensions, and here are the sectional details here. And in this temple, we have found that they are not on a plinth. They are just like a stilted house. The stilt is definitely 1 feet 6 inches to 2 feet. You can see 1 feet 6 inches to 2 feet in height. Okay, here are some images. You can see they are not up to a plinth. They are just stilted. So it is Bengal local adaptations. So that is another temple, Lamarpara Buddhist temple. Here are basically two temples. And the most intrinsic feature is there is a bell tower. There is an octagonal bell tower here. And the bells came from Burma. And we can see the same spatial pattern entering through the entrance patio, main prayer hall, and Vantes room. So these are the dimensional details and working drawings of these temples we have documented. This is the octagonal tower. And this is the section. We can see the interior space is 16 feet 2 inches high, and the total temple complex is approximately 50 feet high. These are some pictures of the Lamarpara temple. This is the Agameda Buddhist temple, which is situated in Cox's Bazar. So this is the complex. This is the entrance patio, main prayer hall, Vantes prayer room, and the storage. And there is a secondary prayer hall in the left flank, and the storage is on the right flank. This is the dimensional drawings and the sectional drawings. We can see the interior space is 20 feet tall from the plinth. And there are some pictures here presented. Okay. Now, this is the temple complex we have derived from Kaptai, Chitmoram Buddhist temple, the only surviving Buddhist temple or wooden Buddhist temple we have found in the hilly region. So that also were built in the same design, same main prayer, same spatial organization. Here are some structural drawings, and here are also the sections and the sections with dimensions. We can see the interior relationships between the spaces. Here are some pictures. So if we discuss about the structural details, there are some myths that they are built with teaks. The Burmese teak are the main column materials of these buildings. They are circular columns, and with every direction there are some legends and stories that each side bring a positive energy or negative energy, etc. But from an architectural perspective, we can see that these structures, these are supported in a good brick pile foundation, although they are made of wood, but their foundation is made of brick because that is an earthquake-prone region. And then there comes the rafter purlin construction system. I'm not getting into the details of the structural detail, but the tenon and mortise joinery is the most crucial joinery used in these buildings, along with the king posts and tie beams and diagonal frames, which is also evident in the traditional architecture of Burma. So here are some construction details or tenon and mortise joinery we have surveyed from the photographic survey of our selected case studies. Okay. Now, I want to say that these Burmese teak columns have a property. They prevent rust of the corrugated iron. And the roof is made of the corrugated iron, but the Burmese teak and its chemical inside, it prevents the corrugated iron from rusting. So there is a clear symbiosis between this material, which have made the materials of this temple very sustainable, not only in case of Myanmar, but also in Bangladesh. So if we get to the roof typology section, these are the traditional roof types of Burmese architecture, and some of these are evident in the temples of Bangladesh also. Okay, these are, hello?
Yes.
Hello? Okay, these are the Sakyusai type temple. This is the Madras type roofs. These are the roof covering the walkways. These are the Konpiatat type Pitat roofs. These are these local names are really hard to pronounce. These are Yonle Pao type. And these are the traditional Buddhist types of roofing features that are used in the traditional Buddhist temples. And we have also seen them in the temples in Bangladesh also. So here is the Bengali style pavilion, and we can see the gradually decreasing pattern to the top and an onion shaped finial at the top. We will see in the roofing analysis section later. And this is the Hindu style pavilion, which is pitched on both sides, and we can see the triangular punch in between the roofs. And here are some European colonial effects also, specifically the Italian and the Spanish architectural influence, like spiral stairs and rotunda. So if we draw an comparative analysis, we have already discussed this spatial pattern earlier, and we have also shown the pictures in different positions inside the buildings. So from a 3D view, we can understand the roof plane, which is made of wood or loha cut or teak, that is called kyaung in the local Rakhine language. The column is called dying, and the plinth is risen up to 6 to 7 feet, and the stairs are called lengda. The walls are called chongthare, the walls, and the floor planes are called chongthro brang. And the total prayer space where the monks sit or where the worshippers sit are called chongtha, and the space in front of that can be either semi-outdoor or that can be either enclosed, that is called chawa. So that can be enclosed also. We can see in the upper right corner the pictures. So here are some European influences also, like this octagonal shaped tower and these spiral stairs are some European influences in them. And what we have found that the scale of the temples are relatively smaller than the complex like temples in Burma or Mandalay due to land shortages or due to that open land, flat and open land is scarce in the hill tracks, and also land is really very costly in the Rakhine settlements. So the scale comes a little bit shorter than the Mandalay temples. So here are the roofing detail analysis. We can see we have analyzed the similarities of roofing techniques and architectural features by in the temples, like in the Uchitsan temple, we can see the Hindu style roofing. We can see the Madras type roofing. We can see the Konpiatha type, Hausang type roofing. And in the Srikul Charduari temple, we can also see these types of traditional roofing are very common. You can see them clearly well in the 3D structures. So these gable shaped roof are very common in the Srikul Buddhist temples also. And we can say this descending pattern, Bengali style Piathat roof. Piathat means prasad in Bengali, Raj Prasad, Piathat. So we can see these descending times very common in the Lamarpara Buddhist temple. So here are the pictures, and the same pattern replicates in the Agameta Buddhist temple also, and also in the Chitmoram Buddhist temple in the Kaptai. So these are the roofing analyses. So the traditional Burmese architecture has been clearly followed while designing these temples. So if we discuss about the motifs in the Burmese temple architecture, we will see that they depict Jatok tales, Buddhist Jatok tales. They depict foliage and floral designs, rope binding pattern designs, angels and animals. These are the traditional designs of Buddhist temples in Burma. So what we have found here is that traditionally there is no carvings is done in the roof. But like the frescoes in the European styles, there has been some carvings in the roofs in the present times, in the present types of Bangladeshi temples, Bangladeshi wooden Buddhist temples in our case studies. And we have also seen the repetitive floral pattern or pendant pattern type designs in the edges of the roof. You can see them. There is a repetitive floral pattern. And finally, we have done a heritage impact assessment based on their quality of workmanship, quality of design, representation of certain styles, their functional and orientation of the building, their skills of craftsmen, artisans, and their historic value and social value. And we have also described their aesthetic value, architectural value, contextual value, and historical value. So for our paper, we want to acknowledge these writers. Thank you all. That's all from my side. we are really eager to listen the critiques of our works from you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Ommker Dutta and his team. This is very nice paper. We talk like that way, the right man in the right paper. So well documented paper, and we find the similarity and a little bit dissimilarity of the architecture, Bangladesh and Burma. So we are in the shortage of time. As it is last session, we just little bit flexible. So now I requesting the listener and the audience to make the question or comments. If any comments or question, please raise your hand. No question?
I have a question. It is not actually question. First title page is maybe this is not Chittagong picture.
Sir,
It is not Bogura.
Sir, it is actually, I just copied it from the Bengal Symposium platform and placed it as the first slide of my presentation. That's it.
It is Gokul Med in Bogura, Mohastan.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is the decorative page. Okay. Okay, any question regarding architecture?
I have one queries that may I?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, please.
It's a very interesting paper. So thank you very much. You're working on that. One thing that you mentioned that architectural syncretism or syncretic architecture. So in fact, so far my understanding the word syncretism, but I didn't find any syncretic things here. I find some fusion here, architectural fusion, so many different type of things they adopted here, and through your architectural morphology, you showed all those things. But where is the syncretism here? So that my first question to you.
Sir, may I answer?
Yep.
Yeah, please. Please,
Sir,
Ommker.
yes. Sir, the syncretism here, sir, we have shown in the analysis section that the scale of the temples are relatively smaller than the Burmese type temples. And there are also some differences in the direction. If I show my slide, can I show my slide again?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Sir, I'm not being able to share my slide. Can I please show my slides?
Technical team, please help.
Yes, you can share now.
Could you please,
Okay, sir.
Ommker, could
Yeah,
you
sir,
please explain that? What's your understanding of syncretism? So what's your theoretical understanding of syncretism? Could you please explain it fast? Because in your paper, you never ever mentioned that what's the syncretism to you, and how do you quote from where do you get this term, and how do you quote this one?
Sir, by syncretism, I mean the amalgam of different architectural features from the Burmese architecture, and also the local adaptations adapted in the buildings. So the amalgam of different features and also different thoughts, different philosophies, and also different materials. In case of materials, I call that syncretism according to my understanding. And
but you know that if, we are very much in archaeology, we are very much familiar with the Oshim Rai. He is a very famous archaeologist and historian. So he talked about the Muslim syncretic things and Islamization things in this region. So when we got the syncretism, it means that it portray there are so many things amalgamal there and fused there and express in a in a new new look, like that the Shad Gambuz Mosque. Shad Gambuz Mosque became a new out with the new outlook, new interpretation, which is not like Sultanate Mosque, not only the Mughal mosque, the amalgamate things and express their own style, which normally we are called the Kandhani style. So here, so that one is the in architecturally we call syncretic things. So here, when you are talking about that syncretic thing, so and locally, I didn't find any unique feature came out with amalgamation with the other architectural features. So that's why I'm asking these things.
Sir, in my slides, I have shown the Bengali style piathat or the Bengali style roofing technique. That is not seen in the Burmese architecture, but that is totally locally adapted. It is in the last slide where the roofing details were explained. The Bengali style piathat, Bengali style, and the Hindu style
Okay.
piathat. It is in the later phase. Yeah, here it is. After that, after a few slides, after a few, yes. The next, the slides in the previous slides. Please open the previous slides. The previous one. Yeah, this is the Bengali style. This is found in the Bengal provinces, and from our work, we have found that these are not found in the Myanmar or in the Burmese region. So these are totally depict or stylistic depiction of Bengali style. So, but we can see the materials are the same. The materials of the corrugated iron, and there are also some features like descending order. These are syncretism between the Bengali style and also from the Burmese architectural spaces also. And also the Hindu styles.
Okay.
And there are a lot of Indian architectural influence in this Burmese architecture also. And the building scales are relatively smaller than the Burmese temple complexes. In Burma, they built a total temple complex, which is very large. And in the Chittagong Hill Tracts, where land is short, the temple complex we cannot say, we can say a unit is a little bit shorter. And also we have discussed about the stilted typology, that in the Burmese temples, the plinth is like elevated 6 feet to 7 feet high, and in some temples in Bangladesh, they are just stilted and they are just elevated 1 feet 6 inches high. So
Yeah.
these are some features Bengalis have adopted from the Burmese ones.
Okay, so we already exceeded half an hour, so I think we should proceed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We take the last question from Habib.
Okay. Thank you, Ommker. I knew your work from the beginning. I mean, you informed me several times. So, first of all, compliments for your very detailed recording. You put a lot of effort to make this major drawing, and I think it will be remain as accessible for everyone who want to continue from here. And I just want to add few things that would be better if you can incorporate in future. For example, analyzing the style, it could be better. I don't know. You will judge later. So if you incorporate with references, for example, when you are saying that this is a Bengali style, it could be nice to see side by side that okay, these are the reference we see in here, and they try to incorporate this in hill track region. So this is one thing. Maybe you can adjust later on, and I think it will be a bit more comprehensive for us, especially when we are seeing like, okay, you know lots of things about the architectural stuffs and styles, but as a listener, it's difficult for me to catch. Okay, so you mean Bengali style, but I don't know where it actually exists. Is it in Bangladesh or in India, or maybe in an existing place or in literature? I have no idea. So, I mean, as a listener or as a spectator, it would be better for understand. And the second thing I would say that, yes, you in the beginning you said that the lots of transformation is going on there. Especially they were like transforming the architectural materials, so they are not using anymore the wooden materials or the organic. So they are shifting toward bricks or maybe concrete. So I think it would be nice to see their new styles, like maybe the same appearance but with a different material. So it could be a development, like, okay, they were starting with organic, now they are shifting toward more modern materials. So yeah, these are things you can add later on. And of course the work was very intensive, and I found it very interesting that at least someone tried to put effort to document our heritages. And I will appreciate if you make this accessible for future researchers, because documenting or drafting sites is difficult, as an architect. So maybe it's your choice. I don't know how you are going to proceed, but
Yep.
I think
I
it
also told it in
would be
my
better for the
earlier
future
presentation.
researchers if anyone want to continue from here. So yeah,
Yep.
that's all. And if you want to say like the especially the stylistic analysis, I think I found it missing, honestly, that the some references, at least when you were saying that they were influenced by Roman architecture or Italian or European, you should put at least one or two pictures just to show that, okay, this is from Florence, they use this kind of artist, now we can see here
Right,
in Hilltrack. So it could be easy to trace for spectators. Like, there are lots of people here I saw from different disciplines, and it's difficult for them to understand, even for me, as I have some experience in architectural field. I don't know, I'm not too much expert on it, but you can later on you can continue from here, maybe.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah, I don't want to make this longer, as we are already exceeding
Yep.
the schedule.
Okay.
So
Yes, I
compliment
keep it in
Ommker
mind.
and your team. It's a great work.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Habib. We are taking the
Mine.
last comments from Syed Mohammad Kamrul Hassan, and then we finish our this session.
Sorry,
Kamrul Hassan,
Chair,
sir.
I'm just disturbing. I'm just curious to ask one question. It's a wonderful paper, Ommker and his group.
Thank you, sir.
They work very hard, and I am though I am a layman in this regard, but still I understand the things that they have worked hard. My question is, when you are documenting these temples, did you consider the courtyard portion of these temples?
The courtyard portion. Sir, I was working on the
It's part of
structural components of the temples.
only structure, but structure is always related with the courtyard. This
Yes.
courtyard has some relation with that, but then it will be very convenient for us to understand the decrease of courtyard or increase of courtyard where the geomorphology depending on geomorphology or availability of the land. So
Yeah, and also this is also important. This aspect is also important to understand the cultural association of the architecture.
Especially architecture. I think next time if you revisit the site, please document the courtyard also with the structure. And I don't have any reservation.
Sir,
with
by the terminology courtyard, do you mean the site planning of the sites? Like,
No.
I haven't found any court in those spaces, like enclosed spaces. I haven't found any, but I have found the site plannings, the entryway to these temples. Are you meaning the total site plan?
Total site plan, right?
All right, sir. I'll keep that in mind in my later works. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, the chair, allowing me to comment like that, allowing me to make some
Just I
comments.
recommend to Mr. Ommker, this book is, you can use the Cox's Bazar archaeological survey plan and drawing also here.
All right, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Our keynote speaker, Yusuf Siddiqui, and all three presenters. We found this session, three different papers from Muslim period, and one is the colonial period, and it's Buddhist architecture. It's a very passionate team. Last of all, at present, we also 68% in this session. This is tremendous. From the early morning at 10 o'clock, we are all together sitting and listening the academic papers regarding Bengal, because we love our Bengal. Bengal is a jewel of architecture, jewel of culture. And yes, I always talk about this. We are always rich in heritage and culture. We are not attack anyone in any time because of we rich enough in our region. So this is the pride of our Bengal. So I thanks to the organizing committee, especially Deepu, Shithi, and all other reviewer teams. Tremendous work last 3 months. We found they're actually successful this program. So thank you very much, all of the session, and welcome to all to the next session of the next day. Thank you very much.